Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and in this video we are going to learn about a very important metric that we often used in Power BI, which is known as cumulative sales or running totals. Today we are going to see how we are going to calculate the running total calculation in Power BI using DAX, and also we are going to leverage ChatGPT to write the DAX formula as well. So yes, what are we waiting for then? Let's get started. Before we move forward in the video, let me tell you that BTNX has an exclusive workshop on Power BI and data analytics. The link is in the description and we will talk more about it later in the video. Now let's get back to our topic. So first of all, let's understand what is a cumulative sales or a running total. So as you can see, I have already written the definition here. Now let's read it out together. Now it says cumulative totals, also known as running totals, are a time series analysis technique that keeps track of the sum of all values up to a certain point in time. In other words, a cumulative total is the sum of all the values in a dataset starting from the first data point and adding each subsequent value as it becomes available. Okay, so if you see these pictures here, right, this is the total sales by date, right? So we have our date dimension here, which I'm getting from the calendar table, as you can see here, and these are the total sales amount, right? So sometimes we have some amount of sales and sometimes it may be higher, sometimes it may be lower, like that it goes, right? But in the below chart where I have an area chart, there I am using a cumulative sales measure which we are going to calculate in future. So I am using that actually, and you can see the values are always increasing, and the reason is the nature of the cumulative sales calculation. So it says starting from the first data point and adding each subsequent values as it becomes available. So from the very starting point, it adds one value to the other value. So let's say I am in today's date. So at this point of time, how much total sales I have. So I will add all the sales that I have made from the start. Let's say the start is the this year's starting date is my start date. So from that date, each day sales I will add up to this date, which will become my cumulative sales. Understood? Here also I have added one example. So for example, if you have a series of daily sales, the cumulative total for each day would be the sum of all sales from the first day to that day, which I already explained right now, right? So this allows you to see the overall growth or decline of a metric over time and to track the accumulation of values over a specific period. So when we select a specific period, just like we have selected a specific period here, we can see how the values are accumulating. Is it accumulating in a rapidly, or is it accumulating slowly, or how is it doing, right? Now, cumulative totals are often used in finance, sales, and other business contexts to track the accumulation of values such as revenue, profits, expenses, and so on, right? So, they're also useful for comparing growth rates over time and for identifying trends and patterns in the data, right? So, as you can understand, this is a very important metric and often used in most of the Power BI calculation or reporting, you can see, right? So here I have selected a very small date range. So you can see it's from 25th 7 2019 to 25th 8 2019, basically 1 month of data, and I'm seeing my cumulative sales from that day, right? So here I can see my sales is something 366,79511.80, which is not the sales of the 25th July 2019. It is actually the cumulative sales data, right? It is the value from the start of my data point up to 25th July 2019. This is my value 366,79511. 0.80, right? And then I can see how it is growing till this particular date, which is my 25th August 2019, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so I hope you understood about cumulative sales and running totals, its theory, how it's calculated, its importance and all. Now let's get into the calculation. But in this era, should we go for learning DAX and writing the calculation? Well, the answer is absolutely yes. We should always learn DAX and learn more about it so that we can always understand what others are writing, or whatever the different variation of formulas and all. But we also have ChatGPT with us. So why not leverage that when we can do that, right? So yeah, let's get into the ChatGPT and ask a proper prompt, and let's see whether it can give us a calculation to calculate the cumulative sales or not. And then we will see whether it written the correct DAX or not. Before we move on into the topic, let me inform you that data analysis and business intelligence has become a crucial part of any industry today. And I guess you won't like to lag behind others, right? Well, if you want to become irreplaceable in your data analytics career, join our 3 hours Power BI and data analysis mastery workshop, in which we will not only teach you how to perform top notch data analysis, but will also make you build stunning dashboards so that you can become one of those top 1% of Power BI users to snatch some high paying jobs. So, what are you waiting for? Join our workshop by clicking the link in the description below. Now, let's get back to our topic. So yeah, let's get into the chat GPT window. I already have it open. Now I will paste my query, right? That I have already written for you. Yeah. So what I'm asking here, let's read the prompt, right? In my Power BI, I have a measure named total sales that shows the sales amount, a date column in the calendar table, that is calendar date. Now I'm asking, give me the DAX formula to create a measure that calculates the cumulative sales amount, right? I think, yeah, this is the correct spelling of cumulative sales amount. Now let me show you. This is my total sales calculations, right? This is the total sales calculation that I already have. This is nothing but a simple sum aggregation over the sales amount column that I already have on my sales table, right? And this is my date column in the calendar date table. And the data model is also very much simple. It's a simple star schema, as you can see here. Okay, so nothing complicated. So yeah, let's give this prompt to ChatGPT and see what it responds with. So send message, and it tries to write. Okay. So it's create a var where it calculates the max calendar date, and then it uses that to create. Well, let's copy this code, and let me go here, and let me right click here, new measure. Let me paste the formula that I got, right? So I see some red lines here. Parameter is not correct type. Actually, in tables you just need to provide single quotes like this. So yeah, that's the thing. It's a good practice. Now, well, this will still work. Okay, it's not a problem, but it's always a good practice, to keep your tables with single quotes. So for example, let's say your table has a space in it, table name has a space in it, then you definitely need these quotes. So it's the best practice, to keep these quotes on always, even if your table name is just a single word, right? So yeah, let me. Okay, now we will compare side by side the two visuals, right? So yeah, I think it's created cumulative sales. This is what our chat GPT provided us. Now let me shrink it like this, and let me copy this as well. Let me paste it. Okay, now I will remove this one and I will add this one. Yeah, almost similar. Yeah, I think it's exactly same. So let me convert this into to matrix visuals to compare the numbers more directly. So let me click here and convert it to a matrix visual, and let me click here and convert it to a matrix visual. So if you see these numbers, these are exactly matching. So yeah, I think ChatGPT has also given us the same formula that I have also written, right? So let's do another thing, right? Let it convert it to a area chat again, and let this be area chat again. Now let me append my calculation of cumulative sales over it, right? So yeah, it's perfectly matching. You see, both are overlapping. The one that I have added, that is overlapping with the one that ChatGPT created. So yeah, the calculation is working as expected. So both the calculations are correct. And now let's dig into the calculation, right? So what it does, so here actually it is creating a constant variable called as current date, which is nothing but the max calendar date. Now, when I say max calendar date, it is always the latest date, right? Whatever the data is selected in this site, which is for this case like it is 25th 8 2019, this becomes my max date, right? And then what it says, then it says that it takes the total sales, it provides a calculate function, and it filters the calendar table. Now the all function removes the context from the calendar table, right? So it's first removing the context from the calendar table, and then it is taking all the dates, right? It taking all the dates which is less than or equal to the current date. So up to the current date, right? So in this case, when I scroll my points in this chart, right? So this point is the maximum date here, 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 right? So up to this point, whatever the values are, I am adding them all, because in the total sales, I am providing the filter like this. So whatever the current date, which is the maximum date at that point of time, so I'm calculating the total sales up to that point only. So that gives my cumulative sales. And if you see my formula, whatever I have written, that is also somewhat similar. So here, instead of creating var and return, I just have my max calendar date right over there, right? So yeah, both works fine. And you see, absolutely amazing. Chat GPT can give me the answer which I frequently needed, right? And it's correct as well, right? So yeah, I think that's it for the video. I hope you learn about the cumulative sales and the running totals, and how you can use the chat GPT to get your answers done. And in our next session, or in the next video, we will learn about another important metric in Power BI. So then stay tuned to the channel, and I will see you next time. Please do like, comment, share the video, and subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. Also, do check out our workshop link in the description. We'll see you there. Thank you.